The episode begins with the sound of heavy breathing, and we see a boy named Tanjiro carrying his little sister Nezuko on his back. He pleads, "Don't die, I'll save you no matter what. Your big brother will protect you." Then the story flashes. Back to a day earlier. Tanjiro is carrying a heavy basket of coal when his mother notices his face is dirty and wipes it gently, warning him not to go out if it snows because it could be dangerous. But Tanjiro insists on selling coal so his family can eat well for the new year. His little siblings ask to join him, but he refuses, promising to bring back food. As Tanjiro heads to town, he sells coal and helps a family by identifying the scent of a cat that caused a mess. Night falls, and a man warns Tanjiro that demons roam at night and invites him to stay over. The man explains how demon hunters protect humans. In the morning, Tanjiro heads home, but is horrified to smell blood. Rushing home, he finds his family slaughtered. Only Nezuko is barely alive, so he carries her down the snowy mountain to find help. Suddenly, Nezuko transforms into a demon and attacks him. She resists her instincts and protects him instead. A demon slayer named Jutomioka appears and tries to kill Nezuko, but Tanjiro begs him to stop. Ju sees Nezuko protecting her brother and spares her, tells Tanjiro to find Sakanji Urokodaki for help. Tanjiro buries his family and starts his journey with Nezuko. The episode begins with Tanjiro asking a man for a basket and some bamboo sticks. He takes them to a small cave and calls for Nezuko, but she isn't visible at first. Suddenly, she emerges from beneath the ground, hiding from the sunlight, worries and decides to modify the basket using bamboo so Nezuko can travel inside it during the day. When the basket seems too small for her, he remembers how she shrank her body before and asks her to do the same. She transforms into a smaller size and fits inside, making Tanjiro smile. Later, he asks a woman for directions to Mount Sagiri, and despite warnings of danger, he heads out. At night, they reach a temple with a lit lamp, but Tanjiro smells blood. He rushes in and finds dead bodies and a demon eating them. The demon attacks and regenerates from injuries, shocking Tanjiro. Nezuko, whose mouth is still drooling, suddenly defends Tanjiro by kicking the demon's head off. Despite being beheaded, the demon's body and head both attack. Tanjiro fights, but the demon traps him. Tanjiro headbutts the demon and throws him against a tree. Meanwhile, the demon's body throws Nezuko's body off a cliff, but she saves herself. Tanjiro prepares to kill the demon but hesitates. Suddenly, a masked man appears, saying the demon won't die by sword. As dawn breaks, the sunlight kills the demon. Tanjiro finds Nezuko hiding and meets the man named Urokodaki, who tests him on Mount Sagiri, despite traps. Tanjiro returns by morning, and Urokodaki agrees to train him. The episode begins with Tanjiro writing in his journal and then checking on Nezuko, who is still asleep. Urokodaki calls him outside and explains about the Demon Slayer Corps, an ancient organization of humans who fight demons despite their vulnerability. Demons have incredible strength, can heal rapidly and regenerate limbs, while demon slayers heal slowly and can't regrow body parts, but they fight to protect others. Urokodaki tells Tanjiro about final selection, held on Mount Fujikasane, which he must pass to become a true demon slayer. Tanjiro starts rigorous training, dodging traps, swinging swords, and surviving harsh conditions, writing everything in his journal for Nezuko to read later. Urokodaki trains him hard, teaching total concentration breathing and water breathing techniques. 6 months pass, and Nezuko still sleeps. Tanjiro struggles, but keeps training, cutting, and fighting despite injuries. A year later, Urokodaki tells him he has nothing more to teach and takes him to a giant boulder. If Tanjiro can slice it in half, he may go to final selection. Tanjiro tries but fails repeatedly for months, hands bloodied. One day, a boy named Sabito appears and challenges him to a duel, easily defeating him. Sabito mocks Tanjiro's weakness and pushes him to improve. A girl named Mikomo appears and supports him. They both train Tanjiro harshly, correcting his form and discipline. Months pass until finally, Tanjiro fights Sabito again, this time with a real sword, and defeats him. In a flash, as the mist clears, Sabito vanishes, and Tanjiro is shocked to see the massive boulder now split clean in half. The episode begins with Tanjiro explaining how he survives battles by sensing the scent of an opening thread that guides his blade to the enemy's weak spot. Urukodaki arrives and expresses his worry, saying he never wanted Tanjiro to go to final selection, but now acknowledges Tanjiro's strength and asks him to return alive. He prepares a feast to celebrate Tanjiro's completion of training, telling him to eat well and rest, as greater dangers await. Urukodaki then gives Tanjiro a special mask for protection, called a warding mask, before sending him off. Tanjiro promises Nezuko he'll return and thanks Urukodaki as he leaves for Mount Fujikasane, where the final selection will take place. Upon arrival, he sees other candidates and 2 identical girls explain the rules. They must survive for 7 days among demons trapped by wisteria flowers. As the trial begins, Tanjiro heads east, determined to survive. He's soon ambushed by 2 demons fighting over him, but using his training, he uses water-breathing 4th form, Striking Tide, to defeat them. Later, he encounters a massive, grotesque demon who recognizes his fox mask and reveals he has killed many of Urukodaki's students, including Sabito and Makamo. Enraged, Tanjiro fights him, but the demon is powerful and his arms extend to attack. Sabito's voice echoes, reminding him to calm his breathing. Tanjiro uses water surface slash after finding the opening thread, and with a swift strike, decapitates the demon. The episode ends with the demon's shocked expression as his head falls and Tanjiro stands victorious. The episode begins with a flashback where the same demon is seen eating a person, but Urukodaki arrives and attacks him. The demon retaliates and flees, but Urukodaki chases him and slashes at him. Back in the present, Tanjiro cuts off the demon's head, and as it begins to disintegrate, he approaches and sees sadness in the demon's scent. The demon recalls his brother from his human past and breaks into tears. Tanjiro gently holds his hand and wishes for him to be reborn as a human. The demon sees a vision of his brother and walks away with him into the light. Tanjiro then sees the spirits of Sabito, Makamo, and other fallen students and tells them he has one, letting them rest in peace. He continues surviving through the selection, slaying more demons until he reaches the area with wisteria flowers, marking the end. Only 4 candidates remain. The twin sisters congratulate them for surviving final selection. One boy angrily demands his sword. They explain about the 10 demon slayer ranks and assign them their uniforms. Each is given a Kasugai crow for communication. Though Tanjiro's is a sparrow, they choose their preferred ore for their Nichiren swords. Later, Tanjiro returns home exhausted and is relieved to find Nezuko awake. Urukodaki hugs them both, saying he's proud. He explains about blood demon arts and suspects Nezuko sleeps instead of feeding. 15 days later, Heiga Nezuko arrives with Tanjiro's sword, which turns black. Soon, Tanjiro receives his first mission to investigate disappearing girls in the Northwest. The episode ends.